Hi everybody, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm going to talk to you today about adding value and increasing engagement in your social media posts. And just so you know, I have my little note sheet here, so when I look down, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so what does adding value look like? We just have to pay attention to our audience, okay? So think about who your friends are on Facebook or Instagram. If most of your friends are stay-at-home moms and dads, then you want to make sure that you're talking about issues that they might come up across on a daily basis. If your friends are mostly adults who work outside of the home and maybe they have a family at home and they're running here and there to get to sporting events or after school activities, then you want to talk about, those types of issues that apply to them. So just think about who your audience is and try to offer some insight, maybe some advice, right, on topics that would be of interest to them. Problem solve. Everybody is looking for their problems to be solved, right? So think about common pain points or questions that the average person might have. And if you don't have any personal experience or knowledge on how to solve these problems, you can always Google them and look for, the top 5 ways to keep track of your socks in the laundry, stuff like that. All right, increasing your engagement. Here are some ideas. It's always easy to start by asking questions. You can create polls and just ask for, some advice from your audience. So hey, I'm going on a day trip with my kids. Any suggestions on fun places to go, right? You'd be surprised at how many people give you ideas. Going on vacation this summer, would you pick, the beach or would you pick the mountains? And then asking them to pick one or the other. And that increases the engagement. So what happens is, as people are commenting, and then you are responding to their comments, then that is what increases. Facebook sees the engagement and the conversations that are going back and forth, and it actually makes Facebook push that post out for everybody to see more than if you just posted, hey, I'm going to, going on vacation to the ocean this summer and I can't wait, okay? You might have a couple of people comment like, oh, that'll be fun, you deserve it, and, have a great time. But there's not the back and forth conversation that's going to really help boost that engagement on the social media platforms. You can even, something that's going wild right now, right, are the AI generated pictures. So if you create one of those silly things, a bunch of us did the Muppets thing a couple of weeks ago, and that was so fun. But what you can do is create your own AI generated picture. You post it, and then you ask other people to try it and post on your comments on your post, and then you get to see everybody else's, and then people are commenting back and forth, and it's fun, but also it's going to help you to increase the engagement on your posts. Another thing that you can do is to try to respond, right, to any of the comments that come up on your posts. So what you want to do is you want to like it or love it, and then respond. And what I always was told was to respond in at least 5 words, because for some reason, Facebook and Instagram see that more than just saying oh, super cool, or fun, or pretty. And, just those 1-word answers, I guess, doesn't get picked up as much. So if you try to do at least 5 words, then that will actually help boost that engagement even more. But it also shows that you value your audience and their feedback on your post, which is nice. The last thing I'm going to say about engagement is just to try to be authentic, right? And you want to share real life things. So if you're taking a walk with your dog, right, on a nice day, if you're getting ready to cook a meal, right, and you have all of the ingredients in front of you, or maybe you've just cooked a meal and you love how it turned out and what it looks like, and you take a picture and get yourself in the picture, that's going to help increase your engagement too, because that's real life stuff that people deal with on a daily basis. And they might be like, hey, that looks delicious, send me the recipe, right? Or making some of their comments like, the looks beautiful outside today, maybe I'll go for a walk too, right? And then it's going to be easier for your audience to relate to you and also help increase that engagement at the same time. Okay, so then the next step from this is, how do you incorporate Plexus, right? So everyone is different when they begin sharing. I know I began sharing right away. Some people want to wait a little longer, but I just wanted to say that it really is okay to start when you start. So everyone is going to have to start where you are starting from at some point. So, you know, even with all your blips and hurdles that you come across, it's okay. It just actually makes you more relatable, and your audience is going to see that it's okay. You don't have to be perfect in your health journey. And, you know, yeah, you stumbled in, you know, this past weekend and maybe ate some things that you wouldn't normally eat, or had some extra ice cream or things like that. And, you know, I did that too. And it's okay. It's Monday and we can start back again and get back on the right track together. So I just wanted to put that in there, that it's, you know, you don't have to wait until you see results, because you might actually grab some people along your journey who want to start at the same time. So, and it's easier and a lot of fun when you have other people to run with. Adding value to your Plexus posts when you start. I would just say, try to showcase real people with their real results. We have a lot of resources that can help you with that. We have a group called Nourish and Flourish that literally has tons of testimonials of people we know, people in our team, and even beyond, right, that have had amazing results with these products, and they give real life testimonies as to, you know, how well their results were. So also using yourself as you start your journey. You know, you're a weekend from using your protein powder every morning as a meal replacement, and you've lost 2 pounds, right? You're a weekend drinking your Slim, and you can't believe the amount of increased energy you feel in just 2 weeks. Use yourself as much as you possibly can too, along with the other testimonies to help create that value for your audience. An engagement idea for Plexus products specifically is maybe asking them, showing them the different Slim flavors, and asking, you know, which one would you want to try, or which one do you think would be your favorite? You can also share some recipe ideas. We have lots of, I just happen to have this here. We have lots of recipe ideas to use for our protein powder. And you can actually make a post of you making something like the protein balls, which just happen to be one of my favorites. Or, you know, asking your audience, hey, who here uses protein powder? And give me your favorite recipe that you use with it, right? And that's going to increase your engagement too, because that's going to start conversations back and forth. And other people are going to see ideas and be like, oh, I never thought of this, or this sounds delicious. And that'll get those conversations starting and your engagement going up. The last thing I'm going to say is, I have one little pro tip for you. And that is, before you go on and post, in Facebook anyway, I know it works this way, I'm not sure about Instagram or any of the others, but before you go on and post, actually go into some of your friends' posts who you think they might be interested, right, in maybe trying some Plexus products, and like and comment on some of their most recent posts. And then after you've done about 5 or 10 of those, then go in onto your feed and make your post. And so what Facebook does is that it sees that there's some communication between you and all of these friends. And then it's going to help make sure that those friends see your posts in return. So just a little side pro tip for you. I hope that you've enjoyed all of this, and good luck, and thanks again for joining us.